So I recently saw Mickey 17 and I really liked it, but apparently I might be one of the few people that did because I just keep seeing a whole bunch of hate online surrounding it. I find this hate really interesting though because it usually doesn't have anything to do with like the actual film or filmmaking, but because people think that the movie was too heavy-handed or bloated in its current political messaging and criticism. For those of you who haven't seen Mickey 17, it's about Mickey, played by Robert Pattinson, who's a down-on-his-luck dweeb who works as an expendable on a private enterprise expedition to colonize a new planet as Earth slowly falls apart in the not-too-distant future. An expendable here means that every time he dies, he gets printed again, but that also means he's constantly being experimented on and doing like really dangerous jobs. This mission to another world is led by a failed politician that has a cult of personality. If you didn't clue in on it from that description, the politician, who's played by Mark Ruffalo, is very obviously mimicking Trump. Now I get it. I'm tired of the Trump stuff just as much as the next guy, and there is a significant amount of referencing in this movie. But all of the hate over it bothers me for two reasons. One, that's not all the movie is, you selectively blind lemmings. And two, one of the most popular dystopian satire films of all time that people still talk about is Idiocracy. Idiocracy is just a barrage of current political and social references. That thing you all apparently hate in Mickey 17. Yet you all ate it up and you called it the holy grail of insight and thoughtful commentary. Which is bonkers. You can't criticize Bong Joon Ho for making too many on-the-nose references while also thinking that Mike Judge, the director of Idiocracy, was a genius for being even more obvious and vapid. Now, before we move on, I would just like to acknowledge that I know it's weird to compare Mickey 17 and Idiocracy, but when I was watching Mickey 17, all I could think about was Idiocracy. So just hear me out for a second, and if you disagree with me, that's great. Let me know in the comments. Moving on. So in Idiocracy, Luke Wilson's character is this mediocre man who's frozen and wakes up in a bizarro capitalist police state where everyone's an idiot and they replaced water with Gatorade and the president's a pro wrestler. The reason the movie gives for this is that while smart people put off having kids and had less of them, stupid people kept reproducing, and that's now all society is. Stupid people. And Luke Wilson is the comparative genius who saves the day because he knows how to use real water to water plants. Idiocracy has been the bane of my existence for years. As the world crumbles around us, there's been no shortage of people screaming into the abyss and writing video essays and creating TikToks about how great Idiocracy was for predicting the future. Corporations are people. Celebrity president? You have to be brilliant to make that. What an insightful and biting commentary. I hate it. Now, I don't want to be patronizing, but it's not that hard to tell the future. If you're familiar with human behavior, you know what people are gonna do. It's not like Judge magically came up with this stuff in 2006 and then it was so. It's just pushing what already happened to the nth degree. Even the conservative celebrity president wasn't a novel thing. Reagan was elected in the 80s. Idiocracy is not that thoughtful despite people thinking that it is. It's just a thing that people use to feel better about themselves because they don't see themselves as part of the group of idiots. So they laugh and they point and they feel superior because stupid people are the ones making these predictions come true. It could never be them, the person acknowledging those similarities. So we let it slide for the sake of the joke and keep looking in the funhouse mirror. But at the same time, we give no leeway to Mickey 17 when they do the same mirror trick to actually drive a pretty compelling narrative and not just make fun of stupid people. Instead of mocking people you think are worse than you, they're talking about you. Yes, there were a lot of politics, but the movie is about politics. That's how Bong Joon Ho decided he wanted to comment on the world he was living in now. Let him have it. It's a vehicle for Mickey's living experience inside the system. So there are two Mickey clones coexisting in this movie. Mickey 17, the main Mickey, is weak, afraid, and feels like all of the terrible things that happened to him are punishment for the bad he thinks he's done in his life. Which, spoilers, he hasn't really done anything wrong, he's just trying to justify everything. People took advantage of him, and it broke him. So now he's complacent, tired, and reserved. Mickey 18, on the other hand, despite being his exact carbon copy with his exact same memories, is completely opposite. Instead of feeling like he deserves to be shit on, he sees his previous experiences as they really are. Bad people using him and hurting him because they could. And now he's angry about it and ready to fight back. That attitude from the sassy Mickey, Mickey 18, and others who were fed up with Mark Ruffalo's character is the reason they were able to take down the corrupt government structure and rebuild in a way that doesn't exploit the vulnerable. It led to real change. There's a concrete message in that. You can stand up to powerful bullies and win. You just have to stay angry, keep fighting, and stick together. No matter how scared or complacent you are, everyone has it within them to fight. You just have to reshape your narrative. See? That's a perspective. It reflects what we're going through, but not just to poke fun or remind us that everything's bleak. It's saying everything's bleak, and this is what you can do about it. And I know that Idiocracy is a comedy, and not everything needs to make a big sweeping statement. I'm not joyless. I like dumb fun too. If Idiocracy was this harmless movie from 2006 that people liked just just because, I wouldn't be making this video, probably. But the fact that people are acting like it's this monolith of biting commentary, but Mickey 17 is an overstuffed political mess, bothers me to no end. Just because you're tired of Trump and the whole political climate right now, doesn't mean you can say that the commentary is the thing that makes Mickey 17 a bad movie and call it a day. If you don't like it for legitimate reasons, I'm fine with that, but say what those reasons are. You shouldn't just fluff off an entire movie because you really wanted escapism. You could want escapism, but this wasn't the movie. And understand that's not the role it was trying to fill. Because I know the shit you like, and it really seems like you're sucking and blowing at the same time here. So in summary, I hate Idiocracy, Mickey 17 was good, and Robert Pattinson was amazing in it. Thank you very much. And also thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, you can click the like button, subscribe, and if you want to see what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram at 500 Days of Ari. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.